I really want to have a tattoo, but I don't know what kind of tattoo do I want to have. At the same time, I'm thinking about what people are going to say out there when they see my tattoo. Is it right for me to get a tattoo? Oh my God. Yeah, I keep thinking about this thing for so many years, but I really want to have it. But the question is, why should I have a tattoo? Anyway, I don't know. People who have tattoo, do they regret? Am I going to regret if I get a tattoo? Oh God, God, help me, help me, help me. I'm just thinking, I'm stuck thinking. Is tattoo going to affect my life? How will people see me? Jesus. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know whether I should get it or I shouldn't get it. Should I think about what people are going to say? Or I should just forget about everybody and get it if I really want to get it. But why is it that people who live in Africa and people who live in Asia and Europe have different perception about tattoo? Does it go to individuals like that's, I don't know. I'm still thinking, but I really want to have a tattoo. I really need to seek an advice before taking on a tattoo. Do I need somebody to advise me? Or should I follow my heart? Oh my God, so many questions. I know you also have a lot of questions about tattoos. 1001. A lot of people out there have the same problem as I'm going through right now. But let's see. Let's hit J Ink Tattoo Studio. There is a friend who want to get a tattoo, but he really loves tattoo as well. He's a friend called Charlie from Zimbabwe. Let's talk to him. Stay tuned. If you just join us, please try to subscribe. Press the notification button so anytime we drop a new video, you can still have it right away. This platform is meant for people who really want to learn. And I know you have the same question without answer as I'm also thinking right now. So stay tuned and let's hit the studio. Boom!
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Yeah, this is a cover up. We are working on a cover up right now. Yeah, this is the Lion King. This is J Ink Axe Tattoo. So as you can see, we are busy working on this right now. So you can see that. Working on a tattoo, you have to understand the type of skin that you are working on instead, so you don't make mistake, because some skin are allergic to ink. So when the skin is not really good for the tattoo that you are doing, it's swollen and it have certain reactions on the body, because even the ink that we use got chemicals. You understand? Yeah. So let's keep working. If you have any question, anything you want to ask concerning about the skin, you can put it on the comment section, and please try to subscribe and share. Press the notification button if you really love tattooing, so whenever we drop any video, you'll get it right away. So why did you decide to have a tattoo? Do you have reasons?
Oh,
Because I know tattoos got stories, have inspiration. It depends on who is getting a tattoo and the reason of getting a tattoo. So what is your reason for getting a tattoo?
Like in honor of my mom.
Or one of your mom?
Like in honor of my mom. Yeah.
In honor of your mom?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And also
I
my
guess
mom.
you love your mom so much.
I love
Oh.
her. Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
Wow. What about, so if you're asked to choose your wife and your mom, which one are you going to choose?
My mom.
Why?
She's my first wife.
Oh, she's your first wife.
First wife, my first
This shows how proud you are about your mom, right?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that's great. That's great. I really love
Yeah,
that. So you decided to have a tattoo because of your mom?
Yeah, because of my mom.
Oh,
Plus,
I
I'm
see.
a Leo. I was born in July.
Oh, I
A
see.
lion, yeah.
But people have bad perception about tattoo. Why is it that you don't have one, or do you also have bad perception about tattoo?
No, well, everything in the world has two sides to it. You know,
Yeah.
nothing is completely good, nothing is completely bad. So it's personal perspective and why you're doing it. You know, because some people associate tattoos with drugs and everything, but some of us don't do drugs. Some of
Yeah.
us are not into crime, but there's a reason why one is getting tattooed. You know, it's an honor of somebody.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow.
It's as good as getting your hair done, or getting a haircut, or
So are
getting
you,
your nails done.
so do you believe right now tattoo is a fashion, and you take your tattoo as a fashion, so you want to show it off to people to see?
Of course, the reason why you get a tattoo is for people to see,
To see.
and so that they ask you why. And you can tell them why.
So let's assume you got a tattoo and you don't really like it. Will you still show it?
No, you have to hide it.
You have to hide it.
That's why we get cover up.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it's a good job, like to work, yeah, definitely. I need to buy more vests. Unfortunate that winter's already coming.
It's
before I
coming. You
show
can
off.
show off. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Whenever I leave my apartment, I wear a sleeveless top.
Wow.
Just to show
Because
off.
you are proud. Because it
Yeah.
also represents your mom, so you're
Yeah.
proud of it.
You have to show it off.
But looking at Africa and outside Africa, because you're an African, I know you are proud African,
Oh yeah.
and from Zimbabwe, right?
Yeah.
Yes, proud African from Zimbabwe. And back home, what do you think people think about tattoos? Tattoos, yeah.
Well, it depends what kind of society you're in, but our traditional society is obviously associated with bad stuff.
Bad
you know.
stuff, yeah, sure.
Our traditional mothers, grandmothers, they associate putting ink on your skin with bad spirits and so many myths. But if you look at it, traditional Africa, if you look at our ancestors, they had things that they did. They had cave paintings and all that stuff. And in some tribes, they did have certain tattoos. They used to tattoo their skin with sharp blades or sharp knives, put certain tribal marks. That's tattooing.
That's
Putting a mark
tattooing.
on your skin. It's just that now it's more advanced and it's got ink.
Ink, yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Some used to get their ears pierced. Some tribe from, I think it's North
Kenya,
Africa, Kenya,
yeah.
yeah. Long earlobes and all that. It's representing a certain culture.
Culture.
And tattooing your skin, there's nothing wrong with it as long as it's healthy and you don't react. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
So, looking at how people think about tattooing in Africa and how people think about tattooing in outside Africa, let's say Asia, Europe, and other countries, what do you think about that, about tattoos based on countries?
Well, what I could say is every place you will get a different batch of people with their own beliefs.
Beliefs, right?
Like we're in Asia right now. There's a certain group of people who don't mind seeing people with tattoos. But I've got friends and workmates who've asked me why do you get tattoos? Why? Because they don't understand.
Understand.
You know, and it's because of cultural background.
Background
How
and
they grew up,
differences.
what they were being told, what they saw, tattoos being associated with gangsters and gang affiliations and everything.
Yeah.
It's not all about that, yeah. Because I'm embracing who I am, and I'm beautifying myself.
Okay.
If someone is to judge me that I've got a tattoo, then they should be all natural. They should make sure they don't have fake hair, no lipstick, no makeup. And make sure they're naked.
Man, I got that. I got that. I really, yeah, I got your point. I got your point. But what I'm thinking, is it not that you came to precisely you came to China, moving from Africa to China, and that's why you got this kind of perception that tattooing is not a bad thing.
Not really, not really. I was always for tattoos, right? But
Okay.
then I think it's not really environment. Environment does play a big role, but we're looking at the modern world now. People are more exposed, you know. We now
Okay.
have social media. We now have television shows. Kids see this at a tender age. If you
Okay.
look at the Chinese society, they allow their kids to buy the fake tattoos and stick them on
their
their skin.
skin.
Yeah, I've seen that as young as kindergarten age. It means they're embracing it already.
Alright.
You know. But as I'm saying, it all goes back to what somebody believes. But if you decide to judge somebody because they've got a tattoo, you should make sure you have nothing that is not yours. You should be the same way you came out of your mom's womb. You know, if they're nails, make sure they're yours.
Okay.
Yeah, and make sure they're not painted as well. Because I painted my arm. Like, why are you painting your nails? I will judge you.
I will judge you.
Yeah.
Right. It's good. But you see, when you look at when you look at back in Africa, when you look at back in Africa,
Yeah.
most of the African countries have been tagged with religion. You understand?
Yeah.
They have been tagged with religion. So a lot of people, just because of Christian religion, Islamic religion, they think that tattooing is a very bad thing to have. What do you think about that? Do you think they need education, or do you think they need to change their perception about that, or you think you should just leave it like that, or we should just give it to the young generation?
What I think is we shouldn't be biased. You know,
Okay.
if I respect people who have their own beliefs, right?
Okay.
I'm Christian. I have my own beliefs,
Okay.
but I'm not there to judge somebody who thinks otherwise. I can drink tea and sit on the same table with you. You
Okay.
sharing your views, me sharing my views, but it doesn't make me less of a human being, right?
Sure.
So, what I could say is, you should be a principled individual.
Principled individual.
Yeah, very principled. Like, be stern. Stand your ground.
Stand your ground.
Don't hop from left to right because of situation and the place that you're in. You know.
Okay.
A lot of people say they preach in church. Drinking is bad. Oh, drinking is bad. You should not go out to nightclubs. But I saw you on Friday, Pastor. But I'm going to keep my mouth shut. That's having double standards. If you believe things like tattooing is bad, if you give me your reasons and I embrace them, some say your body shouldn't be modified in everything. I understand that. So if you don't modify your body, make sure you do not get piercings.
You should not get
Ear
piercing.
piercings, your nose. Who said that is fine and then you can say this is wrong? You shouldn't be 50-50, you should be 100%.
100%.
Okay. That's why I respect the Rastafarian culture. It's not a religion.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. You know, they always say we're not a religion. You cannot compare us to Christianity or anything or Islam. It's a way of life. It's our culture. We
Yeah.
have certain beliefs, and their belief is God is there, the
Ultimate.
Most High,
Yeah.
Jaja.
Yeah. Jaja is the ultimate.
And they do have their belief. They believe in not eating meat
Yeah.
for their
Vegetarian.
own reason, right?
Yeah.
And no one should judge them for that. And they stick to that.
Sure.
It's not that they eat today, tomorrow they don't eat because they're on TV. They don't eat at all,
Yeah.
and they live by it. So if you live by something, be somebody who can sustain and stand your ground, for the longest time. If you think tattooing is bad, then please don't go and get somebody else's hair.
You mean the fake hair?
The fake
That's
hair.
the wig.
The Brazilians
The Brazilians.
and the
The
wigs
wigs and
and
stuff.
everything. Do not do that. Be you.
Be you.
Yes. Let us be us and let's go back to Jaja the way we were brought on earth. If that's the thing. But if you believe that, I will respect your decision and I will respect your views, but it does not mean I will conform.
Conform.
I will respect, yes, and I will not judge.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Wow.
A lot of people say a lot of things, but
So when you before you have your first tattoo,
yeah.
did you have any any thoughts that what would people say when I have the tattoo in the future or now? Did you think about that before
That's
making a decision to have the
that's-
tattoo?
That's something you definitely think on,
And why do you have to do that? If you think maybe getting a tattoo is not a bad thing, why do you have to think about all those things before you get a tattoo?
No, we live in a society. We're not islands.
Yeah, sure.
There's so many things that we don't like. But what we need to understand is a man is not an island. For me to coexist, I need to also respect the person
Who's next to you?
in my society or the
Sure.
person next to me. Right?
Sure.
Given a choice, I would move around naked because clothes are heavy. But I cannot offend the next person. It doesn't mean I like putting on clothes, but it means I have to respect the next person. I might think tattoos are fine, they're okay, but let's be realistic. I need to get a job. I need to get paid. I cannot go and start arguing with a person who didn't give me a job because of a tattoo and say, you're supposed to give me a job because tattoos are not bad. They have their own rules, their own norms, and
Sure.
we still have to respect that. It's a win-win. We need to coexist. You see, it's just like in the wild, the lions and the antelopes, they coexist. It's only when the lion is hungry when it attacks.
Oh
But
yeah.
if it's not hungry, it respects the other animal's space.
Okay.
You see, so you also need to consider that how is the next person going to feel? Not
I
that
hope that's all.
they control my life, but I don't want to be offending the next person.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the first thing you should think of. What kind of society are you going to be in? Work environment. Is it going to be visible to everybody? Things like that.
Okay. I got a point. So then, so do you want to say if you find your daughter or your son getting a tattoo, you wouldn't be offended?
Thing is, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't want you to lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I had my first tattoo when I was 14, 15.
14, 15.
Yeah, I was very young.
So let's assume that your daughter or your son wanted to get a tattoo at the age of 8. What will you do?
No. That wasn't-
If you think it's not a bad thing, then why will you prevent your daughter or your son not to get a tattoo at an early age?
It's not a bad thing for me, right? But I want you to be able to be old enough to make informed decisions, to research and then understand where did tattoos come from, what do they symbolize. When you're old enough to make your own decisions, you can do whatever you want with your life. But as long as you're still living under my roof, you will do what I want.
That's the father, the man of the house.